Hello everybody and welcome to the Fancy Sip Review. Today on the Fancy Sip Review, I am once again going to be trying the newest product by the Lafayette, New York-based company, Beacon Skiff. Beacon Skiff opened up in 1911, originally as just an apple orchard for family-friendly fun in which people could bring their significant other or their children to pick apples on a nice seasonal day. After a while, Beacon Skiff realized that they had a lot of excess apples and started selling ciders in grocery stores, as well as their first dip into vices with selling alcoholic cider under the name 1911. Beacon Skiff saw the writing on the wall in New York, legalizing these kind of products, and were one of the first companies to start selling edibles as well as drinks under the company name Ayrloom. I think after a while, with how things are going in New York, I'm sure if they legalize any other harder stuff, Beacon Skiff will probably be one of the first companies to do that as well. But the good thing about that is I've reviewed all of the Beacon Skiff products, and in terms of quality, they do sell some of the best products. So what am I going to be reviewing today? What is the newest drink that Beacon Skiff has made? Well, it is none other than the very popular Half and Half drink. Now, a lot of people know this name specifically as an Arnold Palmer, but Beacon Skiff, being smart, didn't want to get sued like that water company that Steve-O keeps advertising, and just called it Half and Half. But what it is obviously going to be black tea with some lemonade. So let's look at the can itself on this Beacon Skiff Ayrloom up being the 10 milligram as opposed to the 5 milligram. That's just called Ayrloom. So on this drink, they use their kind of ugly design. I'm not the biggest fan of this. It is a design that looks like it would be a tech company, like a modern tech company. Whereas if you look at old fast food places like McDonald's and Burger King, they used to be fun. Tech companies used to be fun, but then they all decided to start doing the same kind of flat art design, and it's kind of dull. But again, at least this is a cool looking color, this yellow blending into a orange. So what is going to be in this drink? Well, it's going to be 10 milligrams of THC and 5 milligrams of CBD. The ingredients in this are very difficult to read. Flavored water, sugar, lemon juice concentrate, black tea extract, natural flavors, cannabis extract, potassium sorbate. So, yeah, it's pretty much just an Arnold Palmer. It's got a little bit less sugar in it. In these 12 ounces, you're getting 100 calories, zero fat, obviously, 5 milligrams of sodium, 26 grams of carbohydrates, 10%, 25 grams of sugar with an included 23 grams at 46%. Obviously, you should not drink this if you're going to drive or if you're pregnant or if you're under 21. I'm sure it says that on here. Yeah, it says it down here. So if you can read this, I can't tell if you can. That is the ingredients and the nutrition. That's everything. So I'm excited to try this. I did spend $5 on this. If you want to buy the Ayrloom edibles, they cost $30 for a 10-pack at 10 milligrams each. So you're getting 100 milligrams of THC and some CBD for $30. This drink cost me $5, so it's $2 more. It's almost twice the cost of an edible. So if you're a person who just wants to drink stuff, or if you are a beverage reviewer, it's a good time to buy these. But honestly, you can get double the dosage for the same price, more or less, so most people would probably just stick to edibles. I know nothing about the THC industry, but I can't imagine these drinks sell very much. Outside of me, I don't know anybody else that reviews THC beverages, although admittedly I don't look up THC drink reviews. So with all that out of the way, let's open this up and let's see if this drink tastes as good as the lemonade or the cider. I mean, it's got to be at least as good as the vanilla Coke, which tasted like a flat generic brand. So here we have the drink. It looks a little bit lighter in color compared to a lot of these types of drinks that I've had. What I'm assuming is that the taste is going to be a lot more lemon front heavy comparatively to the black tea taste. I haven't tried this yet, but that's what I'm hoping for. Here's what the drink looks like if you want to see this closer up. On the top, it's much more light. On the bottom, it's much more dark. Probably means I was probably supposed to spin this and blend the taste. But I'm not one for foresight. I'm not one who thinks of this until I pour this. So I'm just going to spin it myself. So here's the drink. Let's see how this sits in the mouthfeel portion of this review. As with most of these THC drinks, they're kind of bitter. Usually, obviously, not many people are just leaving beverages in their mouth. I only think like wine snobs pretend to do that, or people pretending to be fancy in drink reviews. But you do taste a bit of the THC taste. Let's see how this smells. Let's see how this is on the nose. Very skunky smell. Very skunky smell. But it does smell a lot like an Arnold Palmer, or a half and half as they legally have to call it. It smells a lot like a lemonade black tea beverage, but I can't lie, it does smell a lot like the stuff that is used that I don't know if I can say on YouTube without losing my ad revenue, my 7 cents a day. That is a skunky smelling beverage. So let's see how this actually tastes, not just leaving this in my mouth. Let's give this a nice sip. So what I'll say with this drink that I like a lot is I do still think that the best Ayrloom beverage is the Ayrloom Lemonade Up. But what I will say this reminds me of is more of a diet version of the Lemonade Up. You are still getting a very sweet, very tasty beverage that tastes pretty much like an Arnold Palmer. The difference is it has a lot less sugar in it, which is obviously a lot better for people on a diet, although I can't imagine people are going to be drinking a lot of these at $5, but this is a very tasty drink. Comparing the sugary taste of this to a Brooklyn or Long Island, I don't remember where, based Arizona Arnold Palmer, this has a much more like organic, natural taste. Give this one more sip. It's honestly, this is a very good drink. The $2 extra makes this hard to justify buying often, but in terms of the flavor of the Ayrloom Up half and half, it's a very good drink. So I thought, why not do some props with this video? I also have the Wegmans half and half. Let's see how these two New York-based companies compete in the organic half and half market. This is obviously going to do nothing other than spike my blood sugar. This might get me feeling relatively decent. I mean, 10 milligrams will do whatever 10 milligrams does, but let's see how this compares to a normal half and half. Both of the drinks also have about the same amount of sugar, so it's a fair comparison to try just a regular half and half, comparing it to it with THC in it. Pretty good tasting half and half. And here we go again with the Ayrloom version. Honestly, if you were to tell me that they just put THC in the Wegmans Organic, tee it up half and half, I would believe it. This is a very tasty drink. I'm a man who likes his black tea. I'm a man who likes his lemonade. This would be a nice beverage to drink on a golf course, although I don't know if you can do edibles and ride around on golf carts. I don't know if that's driving intoxicated. I assume it is, but I don't know. I don't recommend it. I don't want to get a strike on my channel, but I will say that maybe next summer, it's a pretty interesting concept, as Arnold Palmer was a man who would drink these. I bet you Arnold Palmer, if was still alive, probably drink an alcoholic version of an Arnold Palmer. And I know nothing about the man, and I know nothing about golf, but if he was still alive today, he would be proud of Ayrloom's attempt at a THC infused version of his drink. What will I give this drink? I'll give this a 9.8 out of 10. I do think that this is a delicious beverage. I think that this is probably the best or the second best, depending on what you want. If you want more sugar, go with the lemonade. If you want less sugar, go with this. I think that the cider is also pretty good, but I think they do really well with the lemonades, which is funny as an Apple company that they do better at selling lemonade, or they do better at making lemonade than making Apple THC stuff. But the 1911 ciders are really good, so it's just a good company all around, honestly. Thank you so much for watching this video. I apologize for not making a video in a while. I went out west to Utah, Colorado, Arizona, and California, so I've been pretty busy. So thank you again for watching this video. I have been the Fancy Sipper, and cheers, clink.